Neeraj Kumar, look at the police's role. The wrestlers go on protest in January. It requires a Supreme Court intervention for the police to even register the complaint, eventually file an FIR. There is a complaint made under the POCSO Act at that time. The police doesn't act on that and query. No, does not query Mr. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh for weeks, although under the POCSO Act, technically he can be arrested right away. Then 5 weeks later, the complaint is retracted. The father has gone on record saying there was a fear factor. Please, did the police give enough time for whoever wanted to intimidate perhaps the young woman wrestler so that Mr. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh got away? Are you satisfied with the role the Delhi police has played?
The short answer to your question, Rajdeep, is sadly, no, I'm not. Today, I tried my level best to get information from my colleagues on these very points, but they were not willing to share the information with me. Therefore, I hold no brief for them today. I'm sorry to say this. I would have very much liked to put across the Delhi police point of view. In the absence of any information or any briefing from any one of my colleagues handling the matter, I'm unable to do so.
But prima facie, are you satisfied with the way this case has been handled?
I have already told you that no. My short answer to you is I am not. Because the impression that has gone is that even to get a case registered, you have to approach the Supreme Court, for a direction, for the process of law to begin.
Okay.
Therefore, I'm not satisfied.
I think as one of the leading police officers of the country, for you to say that you're not satisfied with the way the police has handled this is, I think, an important statement which I think should be registered right away. Aman Lekhi, your view as a senior advocate, former additional solicitor general, are you satisfied with the way the law has played out in this case? Or is there a fear that when you have a powerful person involved, he will always get away?
Well, Rajdeep, I feel that the process has been disgraced, and whatever disparagement which is there in public domain about the police conduct is wholly justified. It has required less for the police to arrest, and in this particular case, the nature of the allegations, the number of people making the allegations, the seriousness of the allegations, the person against whom the allegation is made, and the integrity of investigation required the police to act differently, the way the police usually acts when it's dealing with people not as well ensconced as the accused in the instant case is. That said, some of my colleagues have talked about toolkit. Now, toolkit is a different issue altogether. I want to mark 2 points. One, insofar as the age is concerned, I mean, it's ludicrous to say that there's an affidavit about age, because in wrestling there are categories. And there are age categories, and if for age categories there has to be age verification, and that is part of the accreditation process. So to verify the age, you don't need to have any elaborate investigation, because you're dealing with the Wrestling Federation, and insofar as the participation in that category is concerned, that itself will be decisive, unless of course you say that there's been some forgery in the documentation which is there, for which the liability will be with the Wrestling Federation of India, firstly. Secondly, insofar as the statement is concerned, mainly because a complainant withdraws the statement, doesn't in any way exonerate an accused, and doesn't absolve the police of the responsibility to investigate, because the efficacy of that particular allegation and the need for investigation does not rest solely on a statement, because as the statement is concerned, the statement can be made and withdrawn, and the withdrawal of the statement may have nothing to do with the veracity of what is being stated. So the obligation on the police to investigate is independent of that particular statement, so the police cannot rely upon that statement. This is number 2. Number 3, and very significantly, insofar as the father is saying, now the father is saying intimidation. When the father is saying intimidation, that itself is a marker in the context in which the whole thing is unfolded, because as you very correctly pointed out, there was a delay even in the registration of the FIR. Because when there is a delay in registration of the FIR, the battle of perception is lost. I am not saying that the police did it willfully, but the question is, it is reasonable to presume that the police was reluctant. And that reluctance is absolutely evident in the delay in registration of the FIR itself.
Right.
Now, when you choose not to register an FIR, and therefore for that reason are reluctant to investigate, then insofar as the bona fides of the process is concerned, that become inherently suspect. And your willingness to actually go after the accused is consequently affected. Now, once that is the understanding of the process, then the exoneration by the police is in any way going to be suspect.
So you're saying that the court can look at this
exoneration.
The court could see the exoneration as suspect based on the fact that the witness, that the minor's father has claimed that he was intimidated. The court can relook at it. Am I correct?
No, not just that. As far as the court, because this is off the record. Now, what the court can do, and this is a very pertinent point, the court is not bound by what the police says. Because as far as the jurisdiction of the court is concerned, is independent opinion of the police. Notwithstanding the police saying there is no case made out, the court can yet disagree. And the court can disagree and take cognizance, taking into account the totality of the cases, one. The court can order a further investigation, two. The court can conduct an inquiry or have an inquiry made by another magistrate, three. Or the court can take cognizance of the complaint itself. So as far as this particular issue is concerned, that's the worth of our rights, and insofar as the substance of whatever we claim to be aggrieved by is in the domain of examination by the court and is not in any way controlled by the opinion of the police.
Okay, I take your point, and that's an important...
Mainly because, and this is what I read somewhere...
That's an important point you're making, that it is not the opinion of the police. The court can take cognizance of the complaints that were filed in the period, the manner in which it was done.